morning, everyone. My name is Dave Gale. I'm with Corrigan Sports Enterprises. We're going to get started here shortly. Just a quick reminder to shut your phones off or put them on vibrate, please. And we'll get going with Mr. Lee Corrigan. Thank you.
All right, gang. Thank you very much. I want to welcome everybody to the 16th Annual Frederick Running Festival Press Conference. Today, we officially gear up for the 16th Annual running of the Frederick Running Festival, presented by our good friends from Frederick Foot and Ankle. I want to thank you guys, of course, for your support. What a great event this is for the community, one that builds pride, reflects health and well-being of the community, as well as shows that great Frederick community spirit. They say it takes a great team, and good news, we have a great team. Aside from the CSE crew, we have hundreds of volunteers, scores of Frederick Police Department, scores of Frederick Parks and Rec folks that all contribute to make this a great day and a great event for the community. I'd like to recognize some of the police people here that are here with us. Sergeant Tracy Wiles, give him a wave, Sergeant. Corporal Andy Alger, Lieutenant Mike Leeds back there with us, Captain Patrick Grossman, and Chief Ed Hargis, of course, that do a great job paving the way for us to put on this event every year, which is not easy, and they do a great job not only for our runners, but also for the community and setting up the streets and the cones and doing all the things that's necessary to make it run smoothly, not just for our runners, but the people that live in the community. Also want to thank Doug Wallach from Fire and Rescue for his team that does such a great job keeping our runners safe. Scott Gazy, Mike Stockman, Michael Windpigler, Sarah Sumper, and the team from City of Frederick Parks and Rec, Department of Public Works, Zach Kirshner, Keith Brown, our friends from Parking, Linda and Jack are here. I know they're here. Where do they go? There they are right there. Thank you very much. Once again, the start and finish will be at the Frederick Fairgrounds. What a great location that is for us. Every year it is a spot where our runners get to start and finish at the same location. Parking is easy. I can't tell you how great it is to work with that team. There they are right there. We got them all over there. We got Big John Bear, Michelle Lowe, we got Karen Nicholas, Jackie Nod, Dennis Shantz, and their entire staff that does such a great job and are really easy to work with. We do this kind of stuff all over the country, and I wish everybody was like you. So thank you very much. This time I'd like to introduce Frederick's #1 runner, our mayor, Mayor Mike O'Connor.
I told Lee I'm a little out of practice. The last time I did running of any distance, if you don't count campaigns, was in high school. And I had to be honest with him. I'm not sure that I'm at the point in my life where I'm going to get back into that anytime soon. But to me, that's one of the great things about being a host of an event like this, is that I don't think you have to be a runner to appreciate how great this event is for the city of Frederick and why we're so proud and honored every year to be able to host this event. It requires, and some of those folks have already been mentioned, and I'm not going to try and name those names, but it really is, as you heard the list, a kind of all hands on deck opportunity for us in the city. We are able to bring together the resources from a number of different departments in order to provide the support that's necessary in order to make an event like this successful, not just for the organizers and for the runners, but for our residents as well, because we really want the city and our residents, the 70,000 people who live here, to view themselves as partners in this being a successful event. And what it does for us in terms of name recognition and economic development, you'll hear some of those things a little bit later, is just so important to us. And we're trying to be as diverse and all-encompassing as we can be with the events that we run, whether it's an event like this or anything related to bicycles or anything related to tourism or anything related to breweries, wineries, and distilleries or anything related to a whole variety of things. We want to be a community that can appeal to a lot of different people. And an event like this is part of what helps us be successful in doing that. So I thank you very much. I thank Corrigan Sports for everything that they do in making this a great partnership with the city of Frederick, and we look forward to this event this year and many years to come. Thank you so much. I did want to give one other acknowledgement to the other elected officials that are in the room, and that would be Alderman Kelly Russell from our Board of Aldermen. Couldn't do it without their support as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. One of the keys to the success of these types of events, of course, is sponsorship support. In the past, we've been blessed with great sponsorship support. The money that we receive goes directly into marketing and promoting the event nationally, regionally, and locally. That has allowed us to quadruple the size of this event in 12 years, something we're very, very proud of. This year, we're proud to announce that the Frederick Foot and Ankle is our presenting sponsor. Their support allows us to put on a first-class event and provide first-class amenities like this awesome quarter zip, which certainly flies the the Maryland flag for all to see. And I know that Patrick is going to be wearing this all over the country when he takes on different running events to raise funds. So that's something that is a beautiful piece. It's something that really sets us apart, and we couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you so much for your support in that regard. At this time, I'd like to introduce our presenting sponsor, Dr. Nikki Ho, partner at Frederick Foot and Ankle.
A little bit shorter than the other speakers here. Okay. Hello, thank you, Lee Corrigan, for allowing us to be here today. And a huge thank you to the City of Frederick, Rachel, and all of the volunteers who helped make this possible. It comes with much joy that we are able to be so closely involved with this year's Frederick Running Festival as the title sponsor. Frederick Foot and Ankle has been privileged to help support and, sponsor this community for the past 19 years. We are a team of foot and ankle surgeons who specialize in podiatric medicine and surgery. Today, we employ over 65 people with offices in Urbana and Frederick, Maryland. I see some familiar faces in the audience too, so we're happy to see that. We want to thank Corrigan Sports for giving us this huge opportunity. It's been an honor to partner with the Frederick Running Festival for a number of years now. I get nostalgic thinking of my first year volunteering at the medical tent. In 2011, I was still a resident and studying for my boards. And now I've been involved every year, and it's amazing to see Frederick Foot and Ankle's role grow as title sponsors today. We take pleasure in supporting the local community by participating in and sponsoring over 50 running and community events every year. Some of the charities we support include the Frederick Rescue Mission, Hartley House, and Girls on the Run, just to name a few. At Frederick Foot and Ankle, our primary goal is to treat your lower leg, foot, and ankle concerns using conservative treatments with the latest medical advances. We hope to keep encouraging new runners and athletes around the community, and we are honored to be Frederick's podiatrists. At Frederick Foot and Ankle, we keep you moving. Thank you.
Thanks, Nikki. This year, we are going to have runners from 35 different states and 2 countries, Canada and Afghanistan, which is music to the ears of our friends from the Department of Economic Development and Tourism, as well as Visit Frederick. These are the folks that are at the forefront of the tourism industry and business here in Frederick. At this time, I'd like to introduce Richard Griffin, the head of Economic Development, and Melissa Muntz, the Marketing Communication Manager from Visit Frederick.
Thank you. Visit Frederick is very proud to be a sponsor of this event. Visit Frederick is the destination marketing organization for Frederick County, and we're constantly trying to promote the county as a place that visitors should come and spend more than just a day, a weekend, a week, maybe longer. The race brings so many visitors to Frederick that may never have come otherwise. Runners and their families discover our area and they come back. They eat at our restaurants, they stay at our hotels, they shop on our main streets. The economic impact of this race is tremendous and we're thrilled to support it. There is no better marketing for the city of Frederick than for the people who are coming to see it in person. A picture only says so much, and running through the course really does something for Frederick that no other thing can.
Good morning. I'm Richard Griffin, Director of Economic Development for the City of Frederick, and as an aging runner, I can tell you that a 10-minute mile is just as far as a 6-minute mile. I would like to say thanks on behalf of our other economic development partners, Frederick County Economic Development, Helen Profiter, Of course, our Downtown Frederick Partnership, Kara Norman, who helps work with so many of our businesses downtown, and Elizabeth Cromwell at the Chamber of Commerce. All together with the Tourism Council and John Fiesler, we work hard to earn the business of the people that are coming into town, both visitors and our residents alike. And I certainly would like to thank Lee and the work that Corrigan Sports has done over the long term for the relationship and the commitment to this community, because we think that this is the Mid-Atlantic's best half marathon. So thanks very much. I just want to say a little bit about the economic impact. Sports tourism is defined as kind of anything that involves people traveling to a location from outside a region to participate in or watch or enjoy a sport. And it's clear that the Frederick Running Festival generates real economic and quality of life returns for the community. For example, I want to give you a thought. For our residents, and the mayor kind of alluded to this, the race adds yet kind of another unique recreational opportunity to run, to cheer, and build community pride. The number of 6 a.m. front yard parties increases every year, and community pride and placemaking matters about increasing public interest in people wanting to purchase homes in this community and invest and build businesses in this community. So there is a direct relationship between these types of events and that activity. And as a community that is striving to try and attract diverse talent to our community, these type of events are game changers too. They help attract people who want to be in a cool place, who want to work in a cool place. From others outside our region, as the Tourism Council mentioned, they come, they eat, they sleep, they drink, they shop, they race, and they leave. And we don't have to educate their children. They serve as long-term marketing for the city. They wear the gear all over the country. They tweet, they post, they share their experience on a multitude of platforms about Frederick, and much of it is about what a great place it is to live, work, play, and invest, right? So, and then there's the actual dollars and cents of this event. And each year, Corrigan Sports tries to estimate what's the economic impact. And periodically, they've worked with groups like the Towson University Regional Economic Studies Institute, RECE, which when they did their last study, it shows somewhere between $3.5 and $3.7 million of real economic impact in terms of direct and indirect returns to this community. And as Lee said, that's a lot of people coming from a lot of different states and a lot of different countries that are pouring their cash into this community. So what I want to just say is that, these people, they come in, they stay in the hotels, they carbo load in our restaurants, they tell incredible race stories over local brews in our craft breweries and distilleries about how they broke their best personal race time while leaping over small children and pets along the way. They gear up with new retail fashion and retail items in our plentiful shops around the city. They fuel up their chariots in our local convenience stores and gas stations. And we do like to hear the sound of cash registers ringing in the city of Frederick when these events happen. So how about a big hand for all the hotels, retailers, eateries, watering holes around Frederick? And I know that Lee is going to speak in a moment about their giving, but I do want to also point out that as an economic impact component of this, Corrigan Sports has been a huge charitable contributor to this community, and you're going to hear about that again, I'm certain. So Frederick is indeed very fortunate to host sporting events like this one. We have a lot of 5K runs, bike races, and of course this year's running festival. We're a proud partner. And it takes a lot of people to put these things on. I myself will not be running this year, but I will be manning a water stop with my wife and 2 scouting kids. So I'll be out there on race morning. And I know that you all are thinking that if I ran as much as I talk, that I would be in great shape. And so would you. So with that note, I'm going to turn the podium back over to Lee, but let me leave you with one last thought. So let's have a great race. Be safe, and remember that runners are more likely to survive the zombie apocalypse, and they also get cheaper health insurance.
Thank you, Richard. That was pretty good. At this time, I'm going to give you the weekend overview, kind of go over what goes on the entire weekend because it is a running festival and occurs on Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday, all day at the Great Frederick Fair grounds, our Health and Fitness Expo happens from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, where we welcome all of our runners as they pick up their race bibs and their shirts. So that is a great spot to be, and we encourage all the media folks and anybody who wants to attend to check it out. It's a lot of fun. Then at 5 p.m., we start the Kids Fun Run. Over 300 of the area's fastest kids will get the thrill of running down the finish stretch in front of thousands of fans. It's a great scene. It looks like a jailbreak. I lead it every year. I start it, and then I lose it, but nevertheless, it is a lot of fun. Then at 6 p.m., the Twilight 5K starts. It starts at the Frederick Fairgrounds, heads out toward the airport. It's also a great spectacle as well. We'll probably have about 2,000 participants in that. And those folks will finish right there in the Frederick Fairgrounds, right there on the track. And of course, they will be headed to the Rockin' Party for some live music and some ice cold beer in the Visit Frederick Celebration Village. So it's a great day on Saturday. Then on Sunday at 7 a.m., the half marathon two-person relay presented by our friends from Frederick Foot and Ankle. About 4,500 half marathoners and 250 two-person relay teams will take off from Patrick Street, just outside the gates there at the Frederick Fairgrounds. They'll wind through Frederick City and finish on the track in front of the grandstands and right in front of the stage. It is a great spectacle. Goes on all day long, all morning long. I want to invite everybody to join us there. Also, one of the unique aspects of our event is we created something a couple years ago, the Nut Job Challenge, we call it. And we call it the Nut Job Challenge because people surely must be nuts if they're going to run the 5K on Saturday night and turn around and come back and line up at 7 o'clock to run the half marathon. So we call them nut jobs. And this year we're going to have over 750 people taking that challenge. And we're going to look forward to see how they make out. But they always have a lot of fun. The Visit Frederick Celebration Village at the finish line will be open and brimming with live music and ice-cold harpoon beer for the runners, fun and games and food for the whole family on Saturday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. and then Saturday night from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have live music on hand. On Saturday, we have our friends from Sonic Days will be making an appearance. And then on Sunday, the Blatant 80s band will be on stage. This time, I'd like to also thank our partner Safeway, Kelly Boyd, the Director of Marketing, and all that they do for us. They provide all the food and water at the finish line and along the course. Very important part of what we do. Special thanks goes to our medical partner of the event, Ski Liberty Patrol and Frederick Memorial Hospital. They'll provide 2 on-course medical stations and 1 large headquarter area right there at the finish. Very important. I want to thank them for all that they do. They've done a terrific job for us over the years, and we expect nothing less out of them this year. Also like to thank our volunteers. Over 1,000 volunteers will help throughout the weekend. That effort is headed up by our very own Colin Tiffey back there in the corner. Colin, give him a wave. I'd like to thank Colin for reaching out to the community and garnering all that support. In fact, today, many of the charity organizations that are so critical to our success are with us today. Some of our charity partners, Heifer International, Melanie Capinos, Hospice of Frederick, Jessica Mitko. One of our key volunteers, Lori Farrell, has been here forever helping us, and she keeps them all straight on race packet pickup day. I want to thank her. Doug Silvern, Doug has been a great partner of ours, and Tim O'Keefe also are with us today. I want to thank them for all their help. This time I'd like to brag on our media partner, WFRE, WFMD. I want to thank you guys for all your support that you do, blowing up the event for us here in the community and making sure it's a critical piece of what we do, because not only does it help us get some runners, of course, but it really helps inform the community about the event, and the event is coming. And the better job that we can do blasting out that information via the radio station or the print folks as well. That helps us so much because that eliminates the noise that comes here to City Hall and the mayor. And then the mayor is a lot more likely to support the event. So you see how everything goes hand in hand. But this year, Team FRA and the Superheroes will be participating in this year's Frederick Running Festival. At this time, I'd like to introduce on-air personality Patrick Haynes, who will be a nut job. Patrick.
Yep, this is my third year doing the Frederick Marathon. This time it's for realsies. We're going nut job with this one, the Twilight 5K and the 13.1 miler. I'd also like to recognize Frederick Foot and Ankle. WFRE will be out there with our truck at the water stop with them at Hood College, which is also the halfway point for the relay. So you guys will be the finish line with us for some of the lucky people on that day. I love doing half marathons. I love running in general. It is the best, quickest way to fall in love with a city. I've been to Baltimore, I've been to Nashville, I've been all over the place, but getting the chance to love a city that I live in fact, I have the extra temptation. If I take a left about close to halfway this thing, I can go home instead of finishing this thing. Haven't done it yet, but think about that. Everyone who's doing this event, you get to see the Frederick Fairgrounds, Color Lake, Hood College, Frederick High School, you get to go by the hospital, you get to see, yet again, Schiffer's, a beautiful stretch of land where there's no buildings. You get to see every image of Frederick in a morning. Some people probably plan a week to do that. We get to do that, some of us 4 hours, some of us 2 hours. And doing this is a wonderful way to meet people. Marathons are magnets. And we've talked about that someone's coming here from Afghanistan. I love doing these events, and especially this because if you look at the rules, it's a no headphone event. Now, some people do that because they don't want to have people giving them advice, but I think that is once you're about a mile or two into this, you kind of find your pace buddies. These are the people that you're going to be seeing an awful lot of for the next couple of miles, and you start striking up conversations. Where are you from? What are you doing? And that's maybe one of my favorite parts. From every 5K, every marathon, you get to find out neighbors that you never really knew. Last year, I chatted with someone who lived a block away from me we had never met, and now we are run buddies. You get to have a better relationship with where you live, and I love the fact that you guys are giving us the opportunity to do that. This weekend, I am 100% that. We're live broadcasting where the Friends for Browning Pools and Spa premiere Dental at the Expo. And if you're doing the 5K, that's when you should do your packet pickup because you'll be able to hang out there with us for the rest of the day, run the 5K. Next morning, we're going to have an absolute blast doing the half marathon. We've been getting ready for it, and I would like to say for everyone here in Frederick, give the cheers. Every year I see different kind of people cheering for us. It's been a year since I've seen one in those inflatable T-Rex outfits. If you're out there, if you're watching, please reinflate the outfit and give me a high five once again on mile 7. You are the wind beneath my wings. There are other people that run this event that are absolutely phenomenal. Our soldiers, you'll see a couple people in the military, full gear, backpacks on back. They march the entire event. So strike up a conversation. And we've talked a lot about fitness. This is a full-blown event. There's the kids' fun run, which energy you can still feel on that last point. It's 13.1. That point 1 is in the fairgrounds when you're running on the gravel, trying to make sure that you get the best finish line photo at all possible. Best piece of advice I can give you. You see a camera, look directly at it and smile. You will prefer those pictures. First marathon I ever did, I didn't think I'd do that. They sent me all my photos. They were like, ugh. Don't let that happen to you. So I want to say welcome to all the runners. We're going to be out there this weekend. I cannot wait to run with you. I can't wait to see where we're going to go. And rock these shirts everywhere you go. I was with Team WFRE in Nashville last Saturday doing a half marathon for the kids of St. Jude. It got a little hot, so I did wrap it around my waist, but people saw the Maryland colors. And as I was running around Nashville, Tennessee, I heard people cheer, "Go Maryland." And those are people that are going to come here, they will fall in love with this city, and they will come back, just like I'll be back here next year as well. Thank you all for your time. Thank you, Lee.
Thanks, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. See, he's a professional speaker. He does this all the time. Really good job making me look like an amateur. Thank you. Before the first runner even crosses the finish line, we'd like to present some charitable funds to some very, very worthy charities. At this time, I'd like to invite our race director, Rachel Ridgway, and Mayor O'Connor to help with the honors. First, our longtime partner, an organization that does so much good in the community and also does so much good for us, our good friend Arnold Farlow and his team from the Frederick Rescue Mission. Come on up, Arnold. Say a few words and please accept this check on our behalf.
I want to say a few things. First of all, the Frederick Rescue Mission, we serve the homeless and those in need. We serve meals, groceries. We also have addiction recovery services. About 20, 30 of our men will be out there setting up, breaking down, bringing support to the race. I think we've been doing this for how many years?
A long time, but you put years back in our life.
Yeah, we both have gray hair since we started. I do want to just say a couple things. Corrigan Sports really means a lot to Frederick. It means a lot to me personally. When we were adding our new kitchen, our new dining hall, classrooms, Corrigan Sports came to our banquet and supported that project. I lost my son to a drunk driver, and we were raising money for his wife and new child. Check came from Corrigan Sports, and I just want to let you know that Corrigan Sports, it's not just PR up here. They really do love this community, and they've shown it in very tangible ways. So thank you very much, Lee. Appreciate it. All righty.
There you go. You can take that check. Going to be tough to cash it, though. That's all right. All right, next. We're fortunate to be able to provide local charity support every year. This year, we'd like to recognize our friends at Summit Trace Church, who provide the sunrise services at the start line, pass out medals at the finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Dan, Wendy, and Lisa Olson.
Hi, it's a great opportunity for us to be able to be part of the event. It's not all faith organizations look at the event the same way, but we shut down on Frederick Running Festival Sunday, and I encourage everyone in part of my church to come out and volunteer and make a part. It's an opportunity for faith organizations to realize and live out we're part of the community and we can do things together that benefit everybody. So thank you very much to Corrigan Sports and City of Frederick for giving us the opportunity to serve alongside each other.
Thank you, Pastor Dan. Next up, our good friends from Community Living who help with shirt distribution every year on Saturday and Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, Donna Fuss, our good friend Carlotta, Chris, and Ruthie are coming up.
Good morning. We're so happy to be back. I want to tell you that because of the running festival, some of our guys are actually walking the 5K. We did a bunch last year, and then they've been practicing during the year. It's just been great. I told Lee, and I wanted to tell you what we've done with some of the funds. Our clients at Community Living are aging, so we've been needing new equipment. And last year, we were able to purchase a double kayak, which runs about $650 to $800, and the vest and the paddles. And this year, with the funds, we're getting a 3-wheel bike.
And lastly, our good friend Ann McDonald from Service Coordination. Every year she does an awesome job for us. She kind of assists Colin in all his efforts in getting all the volunteers in the right places. So I want to invite Ann and Dan Campbell as well as Doug, to step up, say a few words, get your picture taken with this great big check.
Sure you don't want to say anything? No. Okay, I'll represent Service Coordination, Inc. It's a pleasure to be here again this year. It's always fun being at the festival, for the running festival, Saturday and Sunday. What a great event. I always look forward to it, although getting up at 3:45, 4 o'clock on Sunday is not always fun, but one time a year I can do that. The funniest thing I always notice for the festival is the packet pickup. If you're at the packet pickup and giving out bibs or anything there, you see people come by and they're smiling and they're happy and they're picking up all the things they need to do before the race. Try and recognize them after the race. You just can't. They totally change. They morph into something you don't recognize. That's always the funnest part of it. I mean, to me, that's the most fun to see. But anyways, thank you again, Lee and Mayor. Thank you so much. Ann had mentioned this morning to all of Service Coordination that this money given to us is going to go to our impact fund, which helps many, many individuals in the area have disabilities, some real urgent needs. So we really appreciate to be able to do that. Thanks to you guys. Appreciate it.
Lastly, I want to recognize someone who's been involved with the Frederick Running Festival since day one. She's participated as a runner, volunteer, race director, and the face of the Frederick Running Festival for the last 13 years. Myself and the gang at Corrigan Sports appreciate all the hard work and dedication that you've shown Frederick and the event. They say all good things must come to an end. In the end, this year will be the end for Rachel Ridgway, our race director. However, her legend will continue on. In honor of her, we will be naming the 5K Champions Trophy after her. Forever known as the Rachel Ridgway 5K Cup. We expect it to be more popular than the Stanley Cup. We'll be drinking a lot of beer, shots of whiskey out of here. We'd also like to present her with a plaque recognizing her commitment to making the event great. Ladies and gentlemen, our good friend, Rachel Ridgway. And for the last time, she's going to say a few things.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Thank you. Oh, this is so sweet. I did not see that coming. This is really classy. I appreciate it. I love it. You know, I don't know why I got involved, other than it was out of a sense of commitment to the community. You know, I ran the first year, and I thought, I go to races all over the country. I know that Frederick can do better. So instead of griping about it, I decided to do something about it. Came out and helped coordinate, and by the following year, they said, you know what, why don't you just go ahead and take over? So, you know, in the early years, as compared to this, yeah, my brother is here. He was the course manager, if you will. There wasn't a title involved with it at that point, but he helped set up, you know, threw everything in the back of his truck and set everything up. And my parents were working the gear pickup, and you know, sisters were working the registration tables. It was we packed all of the goodie bags in my basement that year, and the dogs went and ate all of the Fig Newton bars out of each bag. So. Like it truly was just a family event, and then you know eventually it grew to that point where we just couldn't do it in my basement anymore, and we partnered up with Corrigan, and it's blossomed ever since. So It's been a great experience for me and building the race and seeing it blossom and grow and seeing it. Now we have volunteer groups and coordinators and things like that. It's not just, me tapping on family members. We still tap on family members, but now they have they get a T-shirt out of it. So anyway, it's been great, and I'm sure I'll always be involved. It's been a labor of love. It's been my baby for at least 15 years, and I adore this race. But now it's time to enjoy it. Maybe I'll get to run it. Maybe I'll earn the trophy. Nah, never going to happen. But it'll be nice just to sit back and enjoy it, and I'm sure I'll be involved somehow, some way in the future. But thank you all for continuing to support the event that I've loved, and I look forward to seeing everybody this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. And that concludes our program for today. If the media has any questions, we'll go ahead and we'll field them now. We are experiencing another slight increase right now. We're at about 7,000, between 7,000 and 7,500. We are having a packet pickup at Dick's right now, and people are still signing up on the spot. People will also sign up on Saturday at the Health and Fitness Expo. So, but yeah, it's in the same neighborhood, and it's a slight increase up there. Correct. 35 states in 2 different countries, Canada and Afghanistan this year. Yes, sir.
Was there any temptation to talk about Cinco de Mayo for the 5K?
Actually, no, there wasn't. But we figured that we have a good enough formula for success, right? But who knows? Maybe in the future. I'll have to wait a few years, obviously, for it to come back around.
We'll talk about it.
Good. Yeah, we'll talk more about it. Anything else, Kev? You good? Okay. Well, thank you all for coming. The great news this year is that we went big time. Black Hog Barbecue is here today, so please stick around and eat that, and please strike up a conversation with any of the staff. Dave Geller, Public Relations Director, Mr. Ryan Heacock back there with us, Joe Kerrigan also works in Public Relations, Amanda Corrigan works with Dave in Public Relations and Social Media, and Michael Valente, our man behind the camera, he handles all of our TV production needs. So we'll be around. Please, if you have any questions, hit us up. Thank you very much for coming.